We'll get started in a few minutes. Just gonna give people a chance to receive the notification. Good evening. You guys can hear, right? I'm gonna be working with two new, well, at least one new deck that I've got. So is this, I haven't opened it yet. Well, I took the wrapper off. This is a deck. It's called Runes. It's got, it looked really pretty on Amazon, so we shall find out what it's like. So it has this like folding, it opens like a fold. And then it's got the deck kind of just like falls out of this inner. This is pretty cool though. It just kind of falls out. And it's like an envelope of sorts. It's pretty cool. Like a little envelope for the cards. So the back of the cards, they say obviously the runes. But the front of the cards are pretty cool. They have a little description at the bottom, which when I pull them, I'll read for each person. All right. I'll give people a few minutes to hop on. They're not bad. Not, cardstock's really thin. Like it's really, really thin. They looked more metallic online. They always look more metallic when they're online, and then you get them in person and they're not as, they're not what you think they are, but I'm not mad. Turn this down a little bit. All right. So, all right. I can work with that. I actually do want to open the other deck and see how I feel about that. Maybe I'm more called to work with that today. Where did that go? Just it? Here it is. So I got this other deck called the Runes Oracle. Also on Amazon, I believe. Which I kind of like this. Packaging is kind of cool. Different. Let's see. I'm actually going to put my glasses on for a second. Because I'll be working with a knife. I'm not trying to cut myself or damage the box. Let's see. Okay. The Ancient Magic Runes, Oracle and Fate and Wisdom. So this one's mad cute. I already like the packaging better. Alright. That was a little guidebook. Let's see. Okay. Oh, they gave duplicates. Why are there two sets of duplicate cards? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. They created two sets of the same cards in two different colors to help beginners out. That's kind of cool. Thoughtful. So I guess there's like, I might have to turn my light on. I was trying to be in the vibe, but I'm gonna have to turn my light on. So this is like, I think the blue and white version of the card. And then somewhere in here, when it repeats, let's see, when it repeats, it's like a different color. So when it repeats, here's the second version of the card, which is actually orange. You just can't tell because I've got no light on. But yeah. So that's kind of cool. When I was looking at it online, I was trying to figure out, why do I see two different versions? Do I pick a color? Like, do I get to pick my color? I wanted the orange one, but it turns out I ended up getting, they gave you 2 decks so that you could, I guess it says in the insert, to help beginners learn, I don't know, the cards better. For some reason they gave 2 copies. I'm not complaining. So if I'm in the blue and white vibe, I can use this one. If I'm in the orange and black vibe, I can use this one. So I'm in the orange and black vibe, so we're going to use that one. We'll put the other one away. It's easier for me to read. Let's see. Alright, so far I'm liking this deck more. I'm called to use this deck more. I believe this one has more to say on the bottom. Shit, that's so tiny. I'm gonna have to turn on my light. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to turn on my light because my ring light is MIA. 1 second. Much better. I might forego my cloak. Kind of was feeling my cloaky vibe today. But we don't have to. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, so we'll put this one aside and we'll work with the other Rune deck real quick. Alright, let's get started. To fix my back brace real quick. Whew. Girl was sucking the life out of me. Whew. Alright. Alright, so let's get started. So, because there's only a couple of you on, I'll probably just do all of you. Who first? See what Rune tonight wants to speak. Alright, cool. I'm gonna give him a good shuffle. How's everybody's solar eclipse? My friends in Texas saw an amazing complete solar eclipse. And in New York, upstate as well. Here, wasn't very noticeable. I mean, a little bit of a shadow, but the sunlight was pretty much the same. Didn't really notice much. In fact, it got brighter in my experience outside my place. Had a good day though. Very chill day. Just gonna pull all these cards, separate them all. You didn't see it in California. Yeah, like somebody in St. Augustine that I know saw it. They got to see it. But here it was only like a 60-something% coverage or whatever. I felt like I got duped or like hyped up as far as how much we were, what it was gonna look like here in Florida. They were like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna see." I didn't see anything different really. The sky didn't get darker at all here in my area. Hardly noticeable. But the sun felt brighter. The sun felt stronger than it has all week. So I got a sunburn on my arms. Started getting red real quick. So I ended up sitting through the peak of it and forgot that the peak of it was supposedly happening. And when I did look up, it just looked the same to me. It got dark like it was gonna rain. Alright, these are all separated. Let's shuffle them up. See how these do. I might pull like from each. I might pull for some of you from one deck and then some of you from the other. I'm in Chicago. Oh, we have a little brightness, turn down, and that's it. Chicago didn't get dark at all. Yeah, it didn't get dark at all here. But I was told not to do nothing today until sundown at least. So, nothing today. No lucky numbers today, no nothing earlier, no work that I could do today, so. Except for personal stuff, but not for other people. Alright. Yeah, well, I didn't see shit here in Florida. Yeah, it looked like it was night. The people I know in Dallas, I have 2 people. No, I have 3 people in Texas, 2 of them. It was like pitch black. But hey, regardless, it was funny as hell. At the same time, I was saying to my spouse, I was like, yo, because here at 3:09 p.m. in North Florida, in Jacksonville, we were supposed to have like 68, I think, or something % like coverage or whatever. And I was like, all right. And then it was nothing noticeable happened like at all. And then it was 3:13, and I looked at my spouse and I was like, I think like this was a hoax as far as what it was gonna be like or look like up here. You were sleeping, you didn't miss much visually, and the energy is still there, but you didn't miss much visually. Because I was 3:09 was supposed to be the peak. I was out there because it was at 1, I forget what time, 1 something. It was supposed to start over here. I think it was like 1:40 something was supposed to start. Then at like 3:09, it was supposed to peak. And then by like 4 o'clock, it was supposed to be the end of it. So I was out there the whole time, and I was like, ain't shit happening. Like, visually at least. For, that we could physically see with our eyes down here in this part. I know some people who, in Florida, who had like a mirror bowl, like a water bowl, and saw the reflection of it clearly in the water bowls, clearly saw the moon separate, like, and like in front of the sun sort of, but like it was all blue sky like in between. It was really hard. I was just like, that's not how I thought it was gonna look, because when I had seen it before, years, I think in 2017, I did see a difference. It did change. The sky did change, and we were outside for it here in Jacksonville, and it did change. So I was like confused, because last time it happened, the area I was in Jacksonville, I could see that shit change. It wasn't pitch black or anything like that, but I saw it change. We saw the partial coverage. Here today, I don't see anything. It was like full bright as could be. So, at least you got to see it, Luna. All right, so we're gonna be pulling from this deck, the new deck that I've got. So I got 2 new decks. So let's see, who we doing? So, let's see who's on. Let's click on the button. Who's on? Okay. Not a lot of people know about this page yet, but y'all are my day ones. Y'all are always there, so I'm gonna give you extra attention. Y'all always support. I got a lucky dozen of people that always support, and y'all on here today are half of them, so I appreciate that. Tosh BB, you are always like the first to comment on my YouTube and on my Instagrams, so I'm gonna pull you first. Always on the YouTube, always the first one. So Tosh BB, let's see what message the runes have for you tonight, or what rune is trying to help you tonight. My mom said she would do that as a kid, but you would see, if you could see, head in the bowl, and if you couldn't, like, oh shit, I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to know if I'm gonna die soon. I'd rather not know. Alright, Tosh BB. What message? What rune for Tosh BB? They're kind of an odd shape. They're a little and they stick together. Tash Bibi, you have Ewas. Ewas. Says strength, reliability, dependability, trustworthiness, enlightenment, endurance, defense, and protection. So I'm feeling more so endurance, defense, and protection for you is necessary. The last three. This is why Ewas is coming to you to help you with your endurance through hard times or challenges, as well as energy, defense, and protection. That's what Ewas is here for. So you can utilize this symbol. So what you're seeing is like the reverse. If you look up Ewas, if you just look up EIHWAZ, you can see the rune on Google. And you can utilize that rune, draw it on a piece of paper and meditate with it. Stare at it for a few minutes. Put it under your pillow. Meditate with it, or I will be offering soon custom charms, custom amulets and charms with the runes, but I'm working on my wood burning skills first. So I'm practicing. I used to practice back in 2020. I was going to begin doing that, but I didn't feel like I was ready yet. I needed more time with the runes before I was ready and allowed to start doing that. So that's why I've spent the last 4 years working with Odin and Freyja, learning more about and working with seed magic, because I was called to seed magic first, which is a different type of magic that Freyja is the master of. And I was called to the Volva path, which is the Norse priestess path, and the shamanic trance path. So that's why I was doing readings first, and because I was first meant to do that path. And then I had to earn my way with the runes. Because I wasn't called to them at first, even though when I was a kid, I used to draw runes. And I didn't know I was drawing runes, but I used to write my name with the soilo, which is like it's kind of sideways here, it's hard to see. But there's basically like a sharp S that I used to draw all the time with my name. I would draw a really sharp S, like almost like a lightning bolt at an angle. And I would draw my A really sharp, my M's super sharp, all my letters super sharp. And my T's, sometimes I would draw them with arrows. That's Tiwas. And I didn't know anything about the runes consciously when I was a kid. But I did this probably through middle school and some of high school. Mostly middle school. The middle school and maybe the beginning of high school. I'm trying to remember, because I used to, like when back in the day, I used to cover my textbooks with brown paper bag. And I would just draw. And all I would ever do and draw was like my name. Oh, good. You falling asleep all week to my YouTube videos? That's awesome. Thank you for the views and the commitment there, Ashley. I used to draw like my name or just the runes, like S, like my initials are S and B. So I used to draw like S, M, and then the really sharp B, the pointy B, which is Birkenau, which is the birch rune. And I didn't know that I was drawing runes, but I was obsessed. I would draw SMB, SMB, and I would put it in a circle, SMB, SMB, and I put it in a star. I didn't know I was doing magic and witchcraft on my books, but I did every day. When I was doodling, I would doodle in notebooks and on my textbook covers, and and so I was working with the runes in my youth, but I didn't have consciousness of what they were and anything about the spiritual and magical origin of why what those shapes and letters represented in Norse spirituality. So I had to I will be starting to make some charms and some different charms for the home and charms for the person. Maybe charms for the car. Little charms that can help. I'll see. I have a few ideas. But oopsie, dropped one. But I'm working on my wood burning skills because I was starting to do that in 2020, but I didn't pick it up and get as into it back then. I wasn't ready yet. It wasn't time yet. Now I'm obsessed. So I've been doing that. All right, let's see. For the next person. So you had AWAS, Tash BB. So use AWAS try it out this month. Spend with it under your pillow and spend meditating with it when you feel you need assistance, endurance, protection, and strength. And what was the other thing? I already put the card back away. These cards are a little different than has some extended meanings and associations on it than what I learned as the base meaning. So let's look at the next person. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. May she rest in peace. That's what misericordia. I'm so happy that the videos and stuff that I've shared have helped you. Oh. All right. Let's see. Yes. All right. Let's see, who else is there? Let's see. Lotus the Goddess. I feel drawn to you next. Lotus the Goddess. I'm going to pull a rune for you. Lotus the Goddess. Ooh, you got my favorite rune. Actually, 2 fell out for you. Ooh, girl, this is going to be a wealthy year for you. I know you want to hear that. You got Fehu. Fehu followed by Jera. You are about to reap a bountiful harvest. I don't know what you are doing, but you're doing something right. This year is going to be bountiful for you. A year of prosperity and abundance if you stay the course that you're on right now. Okay? Fehu usually refers to cattle, which in the ancient times, what you had as far as cattle, livestock, resources, was how your wealth was determined. So those who had a lot of cattle and a lot of livestock and natural and the resources were considered more wealthy. The poorer people didn't own cattle. Okay, it's showing me that you got a lot of cattle, you got a lot of resources, you have a lot of wealth and abundance. Okay. So it means livestock, food, but it also means health and wealth. So the interpretation they give on this card says, power and wealth must flow to be beneficial. I can't even read it. To be beneficial, but with caution. This rune is a symbol of vital flow and movement of change. You are heading in the right direction. Whatever you're doing now, or whatever you are thinking about doing, and changing or starting, especially if you're thinking of starting at something tomorrow or doing something new, a new business or a new career path, tomorrow's a very lucky day. I talked about that in my video that I just put out yesterday, I think. Watch that reading on the YouTube channel about why tomorrow is a very, very lucky day. It's called the Quinfecta. It's called the Quinfecta effect. The Quinfecta solar eclipse reading that I put out. Okay, because there's a lot of good information about why tomorrow, April 9th, is like the best day to start something new or to make something, confirm something for your business, a business deal, or if you're trying to apply for applications for anything, credit, a job, housing. Tomorrow's a really good day because you have a lot of influences, positive influences that are going to affect, going to help propel any changes, any decisions you make tomorrow, any new things you start tomorrow. That's all in that reading. You have to watch the whole reading. I'm not going to get too into it. Taking Reiki clients. There you go. You're going to be very, very successful. Yera, it's going to carry you through the year. So Yera is about harvest, okay? This interpretation says growth, fertility, rebirth. This rune announces the end of a cycle of difficulties and the beginning of a positive period. So whatever you're doing, deciding to do that. Do not hesitate. That is your path. Trust in your spirit guides. You don't listen to other people, any naysayers. Don't listen to any doubters. Don't consume negative information on the internet. Do not allow negative manipulation of your reality. Okay? It's going to be very positive. You're going to be very successful with that. Okay? All right. So write those runes down. Fehu and Yera. Jera. And you may want to work with those runes. They're saying that you have a true heart and you appreciate the message, so they're giving permission to work with you. Remember, runes they are entities of themselves. In fact, a lot of people don't say this about the runes, or they don't know this, but the runes, the elder I've learned from, who comes from a lineage in Scandinavia that actually has worked with Norse runes and Norse deities for many centuries, okay? They say that the runes are older than the gods, which makes sense, okay? They're older than the gods and more powerful than the gods, okay? And the runes are living entities of their own. So they can decide not to work or help you at any time. So as long as you have a true heart, and they also have a lot to do with forces of nature. So runes are tied and integrated in the web of life, right? So you can use these two runes in particular. Don't overuse runes that weren't gifted to you if you haven't inherited them or somebody hasn't drawn them up for you in a reading. Don't just go utilizing other runes that haven't stepped forward for you, because it actually can bring you bad luck. Okay, it can cause blockages. Because runes typically, if you don't come from that bloodline or descend from it, they do have to be gifted to you. And a lot of people don't know this. So a lot of people who do work with runes may end up who aren't called to them or aren't gifted them by somebody who does have them and does carry them and has the permission to pass them on. It can end up causing blockages for the person that is using them. So just keep in mind, the runes gifted to you are the runes that you currently have permission from the runes themselves to utilize, okay? But remember that they are living entities of their own. So at this time, utilize the ones that I'm giving you. Utilize them with respect. Don't abuse them. Don't, anytime you draw a rune or you meditate and stare at an image of a rune, realize that it's an entity just like any other spirit or any deity, okay? That's all. And remember that, if they don't work for you anymore, maybe it's that they are no longer needed. Another rune may be needed, and maybe time to get a reading with somebody that works with the runes if you would like to continue to have the help of the runes. But they either will no longer work because they're no longer needed. They're no longer the rune that is needed for that time frame, that period in your life, okay? And maybe a new rune is ready to come to you. But the other reason would be that if the rune sees that runes feel as if you are, not necessarily disrespectful, because it's rare that somebody's just outright disrespectful that has been gifted runes. It's rare that somebody's going to be disrespectful. Usually people are appreciative, but if you allow too much distraction in your life, if you work against the assistance of the rune, so if you're not willing to change habits or willing to accept the changes that need to come in your life that the rune may be influencing, maybe things need to fall away, maybe some things need to fall apart, that the rune is going to influence. So if it sees that you have resistance to it, the rune may stop. The rune may decide no longer to work with you because you're resistant to its assistance. You're resistant to the changes that need to be made. And at that point, the rune may say, you know, it's no longer going to try to influence your life because you're resistant to it. But rarely is somebody bad at their heart and a rune no longer wants to assist them because they have bad intentions. But runes can, if they see that somebody is has a negative spirit, you know, if they were nice and pure before, but somehow somebody's spirit has become very corrupted and they start becoming out of harmony with what the runes represent, then the runes will pull back from them as well and no longer be helpful for them, and in fact can cause problems for them. So that's all, just to know. I always try to give that information when talking about the runes because a lot of people don't, and it can affect that. Just like a spell can backfire on you, just like spirit conjure, the spirits can decide no longer to help or to stop working your case, you know, for whatever reason. I'm not saying any of you, but I are going to do that. I just like to give that disclaimer because, again, runes are living entities. They have, in a sense, in some way, a mind of their own. Okay? All right. Next person. All right. La Luna Lighthouse. La Luna Lighthouse. What rune wishes to step forward? Have popped out for you. La Luna Lighthouse. Very fast. You need the energy of Soilo, the sun. Saying vitamin D not high enough. Vitamin D levels not high enough. This is part of the reason you may experience depression. Okay. Vitamin D. Also, in Norse mythology, well, not mythology, I'm trying to not say that anymore. Norse spirituality, okay, the sun is associated with the feminine, okay? So Sol, the goddess, I did a reading with her yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. I don't even know anymore what day it is. So the goddess Sol is the energy that you need. Soilo is actually the rune that is on my ring here in the center. It's hard to see. But this rune was actually created as a pewter ring, and it was created by a Welsh, I forget what they call, jeweler, or that makes actually authentic to the age rings. Like this would be a ring. This is a, what do they call that? Like a replica, as authentic as the type of rings that were worn by my ancestors during the Viking Age. It's hard to see. But I got this from the Celtic Festival, and they gave me the guy's information, so I'm going to see if he can make me some of their pieces. Because I forget the term, he's some sort of, he studies it, whatever the word is that they say. I forget the word the lady used who I bought this from, but she said he studies that history, particularly of like the jewelry of that age. So what is it called? It's not an archaeologist. I can't think of it. But yeah, he's a serious professional in that, and there's like nobody else that does replicas this way. And it's also adjustable. I like that. But she's saying that you need the rune, the Soilo rune, and you need Goddess Soul's energy. So Goddess Soul is gifting you Soilo as your ally, your runic ally at this time. So not only do you need to utilize this rune, but you actually do literally need more vitamin D. Now, Doctors won't tell you this, but there's more than one form of vitamin D. It's not just D1 and D2. It's not just D2 and D3 like most people think and are told about. There's vitamin D1, 2, 3, 4, and there's even more. Okay? And you can only get all of the spectrum of vitamin D from the sun. You can't get it from a sheep wool. You can't get it from the liquid vitamin D that is made from sheep's wool in some sort of oil base. Okay? You can get a little bit of it, but it's not the same. It's not the same as your skin and your DNA being activated literally by the UV light. Okay? You need the different hours of the sun. So you need morning sun. Every day you should be getting like 10 to 15 minutes of morning sun, like the sunrise sun. It has different spectrum and different intensity that is needed. Okay? Morning sun, afternoon sun, spend the least time in, and then evening sun before sunset. You should be doing that so that you could raise your vitamin D levels. Also, make sure you're eating enough, getting enough. When you do increase your vitamin D, she's saying it's important to make sure that you're eating a diet that balances with your vitamin D enough vitamin K. So look for vitamin K foods. Believe spinach. I believe spinach. Let me think. Hold on. What do I? If you eat chicken, I know that chicken thigh meat is where the vitamin K is concentrated in chicken protein from the thigh meat. That there's K concentrated in thigh meat, not in the breast meat, but in the thigh meat. You're gonna increase your vitamin K because vitamin D depletes vitamin K. Okay. There's other vegetable sources of vitamin K. I believe in leafy greens like Swiss chard. So increase your leafy greens like Swiss chard. Look into and see the content of vitamin K in like the leafy greens section. Look that up and include that. Include more of that as you increase your vitamin D because vitamin D will deplete your K, and your K is necessary to make sure your cardiovascular system and your blood clotting, metabolic, everything is working properly. Okay, helps with blood pressure, and thinning the blood a little bit. So you need vitamin K for that. Yeah. Not just any leafy greens though. Look up the specifics that are high in vitamin K. I know Swiss chard is one of them. Okay, because I have to eat that. So that's the main one I eat. But also somebody told me to eat that one because I was very, very low in K. That was my doctor. Put me on a very, very high dose of D with too little K. And I was already K. I already had a problem absorbing K. So I became very severely K deficient. Started having cardiac issues this past year because of it. So, yeah. So then I had to figure out what the fuck happened, and it was because I had so much D without enough K. And I was not told anything about that K would be depleted. So when I learn something like that, I like to pass it on because it could literally be life or death if you have too much D. But when you're getting it naturally from the sun, it's not going to be too much. When they put you on high dose, these doctors are not knowledgeable and are very irresponsible, negligent. So I don't recommend, if you can avoid having to take a synthetic D supplement, I would just get my vitamin D from the sun because it's going to do what it needs to do without having to be passed through the digestive system. And then also make sure your magnesium intake is good. So you might want to look for foods higher in magnesium. If you eat fish generally have a decent amount. Make sure you're getting at least like 300, 400 milligrams of magnesium a day going forward. because most people, especially if you had COVID or if you have any viral infections, magnesium is like the first thing is depleted. Yeah, like salmon. As well as leafy greens have magnesium. Not as many fruits and vegetables have it, so you may have to get it. You may have to supplement, but the vitamin D will deplete. As you increase vitamin D, if you're not at the same time increasing your magnesium and your vitamin K, vitamin D can drastically deplete those, just so you know. But she's saying this is the rune for you at this time. You can draw this rune, and you can meditate with this rune. Soilo indicates success as well. Interpretation says, God, these are small. It is the help of travelers and sailors, symbol of life force and feminine nature. So she's talking about also needing to just be in nature more and get grounding in the sun. And your meditation, if you're trying to meditate, your activations and your downloads will come outside in the sunlight, in nature. Okay? You're welcome. Give me 1 second. Ooh. All right, let's see. Next person. Soy Sylvia. One message, what rune is needed for Soy Sylvia right now? Ooh. This is a rare one to get. In fact, like, I don't think I've ever actually gotten this one popped out for anybody in a reading yet when I've done rune castings, because it's very rare. And it's not included in, well, it's supposed to be, but not all rune decks or rune sets include the ingwas. Traditionally, it includes it, but some people have left it out, and I don't. I'm glad to see it's in this deck. Ingwas. Indicates renewal. You know, give me 1 second. I'm actually interested to see if this, yeah, see, this one doesn't have, this deck doesn't have it either. Ingwas, I mean, it can indicate renewal. On this version of it, they've kind of mixed it with Gyebel. Traditionally, it's just on some of the rune sets, it doesn't have these X's on the top. Okay, traditionally it's just the diamond in the middle, and the diamond usually represents like a seed, plenty, nature. But in this case, it's a gift of renewal. So something is about to be renewed in your life. A gift of renewal is being granted to you. So if you've been going through a difficult time, a gift of renewal is coming for you. Utilize the ingwas as you see it here. Ingwas. Okay. This rune symbolizes fulfillment. It is a reserve of energy waiting to be developed and used. So I'm going to have to talk to you about what my spirit guide's saying this particularly means in your case when we have that appointment. I emailed you back. I don't know if you saw that. But this is... I have to talk to you more about what she's saying to me because I'm not allowed to say it on the live. Okay? Because I don't want to get too personal. But you can utilize this to meditate with for renewal, okay, for having plenty, If you have planted seeds recently, hopefully with your spring equinox energy, with the Ostara energy, with the solar eclipse timing right now, with, if you've watched yesterday's rune casting that I did with Soul, if you looked at the Quinfecta reading that I posted on my YouTube channel with Soul, then you know tomorrow is a great day to plant seeds, begin something new, to renew something of importance to you, whatever that may be. So utilize this rune along with any planting of seeds that you've done or you are going to do tomorrow. Okay, utilize this rune in combination with it for added strength, for added what's the word? Amplification. Okay. Okay, good. Let me write down. For those who are interested or needing spiritual assistance, my calendar for Sam the Spiritist is opening back up for booking tomorrow. I've been waiting for this day for a reason, because it's very powerful. If you didn't watch the Quinfecta reading, I'm looking for my pen. I'm gonna have to suffice with a pencil. If you didn't watch the Quinfecta reading on my YouTube channel that I posted yesterday, you should watch it, because tomorrow is the day. It is the day. Where's my notebook? Oh, here it is. Oh, I think I actually have, this is the notebook from last year. I can reference to your last notes that I have for you, Sylvia. Sylvia. I'm just going to write down the ingwas and really quick what she says, so that when I do speak to you in consultation, I can tell you. Otherwise, I will forget. Okay. When I'm talking about her or she, if I said she or her, what she said or what she's telling me, I'm talking about soul. I'm talking about soul, because that's who I'm sitting with for this session. Okay. All right. So I wrote that down. What, my YouTube or my love your key? Thank you. It's my why is the word slipping? I can't even think. See, this is how bad mold exposure does to your brain. Can't even remember the words. Like, I was trying to remember something that literally just happened yesterday and I could not remember it. So when I'm telling you, like, when I do readings, you got to pay attention because I will forget everything that I just told you. So I have to write everything down, because I'm still trying to detox and recover from mold toxicity, which affects your memory among many other parts of your body. Okay. Why can't I think about it? Oh, it's my robe. I'm like, why can't I find the word? Yes, it's my magical robe. My cape is my magical robe. Okay. I love my cape. All right. I'm like, come on, it's like a simple word. My recall is awful. How do you get picked for a rune card? Yeah, I'm just picking who I'm called to. I'm just going off of what I am led to do. Probably going to get everybody that's on here right now. I've gotten a few of you already. All right, let's see. Ashley is like a diehard too. Ashley's a diehard. Tosh BB and Ashley are like, and Sylvia are diehards, okay? They're always commenting on my stuff first, always giving Spirit gratitude, always grateful to Spirit, and always like the first to like, comment, share, etc. Okay. Ashley, I think you had gotten this one in the rune formula that they gave to you before, but it's coming up again. Okay? Otala. I believe that you got this in that runic formula. This one's coming up again. This one has to do with the ancestors and an ancestral inheritance. Okay? Otala. The rune of the ancestors. So I'm feeling, and I don't remember the whole message that you had gotten last time, so I say, like, you gotta remember what I say. Luckily it's recorded somewhere on here. But thank you. The Otala rune, Ashley. Ashley, are you here? I said you were here. I just want to make sure you're not busy, because I want you to hear this. Because this is really important, especially with the transition of your grandmother. Whoopsie. There goes another crystal. Luckily I got another one right here. I'm just dropping stuff everywhere. I'm gonna let Ashley have a second. She was just on. She's Abundant Alicia. Abundant Alicia, Ashley. I'm gonna give her a second because I know she's got a lot of stuff going on. If not, I'll let her know. I'll voice message her. I'll give her a second because she got some stuff going on. Yeah, I'm gonna try to save the live. On here, I can usually. On Instagram, I'm gonna see if they cut me off at an hour on here. On my other page, they cut me off at an hour every time for like the last 3 months. Good. Ashley, darling, are you here? It says you're on, but it's okay if you're busy. I'll just message you afterwards. I'll just voice memo you real quick. But I'll tell you here, and then I'll voice message it to you if you don't show up on here right now. So they're telling me about the transition with your grandmother. It's really, really important for you to receive. It's really important for you to, there's something spiritually, doesn't necessarily mean, I don't really feel per se like a financial or so much a material inheritance, but your grandmother has a spiritual inheritance for you, and your ancestors have one, but your grandmother just transitioning, being recent, there's a spiritual inheritance that wants to come to you. And I feel like you're like really gifted. I feel like you're gifted. I haven't read or actually done a call with you. I know we were supposed to, but I feel like you have spiritual gifts that you're supposed to already have like inherited and began working with. And they're telling me the ancestor altar and veneration of not just the ancestors, but also learning through your grandmother's transition. Learning. This is a spiritual, as much as the transition may be painful, it may be difficult, but this is part of your purpose here. Her passing was actually spiritual, that's what it is. It's actually a spiritual inheritance that she's giving you. Through her passing, you are going to learn. You're kind of being not forced, but we all sign up for different lessons and missions. Okay? So your comprehension of the spiritual world is going to, through going through this process, because you've started to learn some things this past year or two that are helping you through her transition out of the physical and into the spiritual. But they're saying that honoring her and getting to know her in spirit and getting to see how she feels once she elevates, once she's gone through her process, when it's time to connect with her, when it's time to, when she has permission. Okay, not all the spirits pass over right away. They don't all have the ability to communicate. Some have to have gone through a certain period, and some have to, many have to get permission to speak with the living. Okay, and usually the medium has to communicate. But she's saying that I feel like I'm seeing like mediumship abilities that are going to open for you through her passing. So her passing grants you a spiritual gift that you may not have been aware of yet. Okay, I feel like it was performed, something that many had in your past lineage, had either mediumship abilities in the past, okay, or spiritist abilities in the past. And I'm feeling like you're about to have this gift awaken within you. And Otala is saying it can help you with that if you want to make that experience easier and not so rough. Otala can help you with that, particularly with always starting with the ancestors first. Okay, before, and growing, of course, your protection, your knowledge of protection in the spiritual realm before you open yourself up in the future to connecting with anybody else, any other muertos, any other dead people that are not yours. But they're saying that I'm seeing you as either a medium muertera or a spiritist. I'm feeling more like mediumship, not necessarily that you have to practice it professionally and that's like the only thing you do, but I am seeing that you're going to have more spiritual experiences with spirits, communication, whether you're seeking that or not. Particularly because it's like your grandmother is opening the door in her passing. She's opening the door to the rest of your benevolent ancestors and you connecting. Okay? So there's a gift that's being passed down. And Otala is trying to help you with that. To receive that gift without indicating that you're receiving that gift, and also helping you to receive that gift without an overwhelming amount of anxiety, but with comfort, because it is your ancestors that are going to, through your ancestors and your dearly departeds, they're going to be helping you. It's not like it's because you have awareness and you are already spiritually getting in what's the word? You are already spiritually knowledgeable to some extent, whereas other mediums that don't learn anything, but are just, that don't take, that don't get a mentor or don't learn anything before they start having experiences with spirits, and then they just start allowing everything, to communicate with everything, and they don't know how to protect their energy. And a lot of them either are way too open and allow not so great things to come through along with some good things. And some of them, can get driven crazy. Some of them get scared of it, and it's because they don't have they don't have training, and they don't have discernment. They don't know, the things that ancestors and shamans did in the past to prepare people who were gifted in that manner. And a lot of today's mediums disregard the spiritual hygiene that is necessary, and the spiritual training and the balancing of the head and things like that need to be done, that we do in our house and in our lineage and in this practice are traditionally done to protect people from being used by negative spirits, so that you are connecting with positive spirits, or at least you have the discernment in order, if you have to, maybe you are, I'm just giving an example, for myself, for instance, as a spiritist, it's not that I don't hear or can't connect with and speak with or talk to negative spirits, is that I can discern their energy easily. I can discern what's benevolent and what's malignant. I don't fear malignant energies. I command malignant energies because I am trained. I was trained to command malignant energies and demonic entities. Okay, but other people aren't. So they're saying that with this rune, you'll start to be able to work that gift with your ancestors and your dearly departeds. And if you are being approached by others who are seeking your help, because once your mediumship gifts open and once you start utilizing them, you become like a beacon to the rest of the spirit world. Both the good and the bad spirits see your light. The good will probably seek you out if you're the closest medium. So it's interesting because I'm seeing you like in a capacity of helping the dead pass on. Not necessarily giving mediumship readings, but being someone that just helps the dead pass on and transition, which is beautiful. So it may not even be something you practice professionally, but a gift that you'll be utilizing to just help spirits that are looking for direction, that may be lost, which is what we encounter a lot because we live near a hospital. There's always dead people here. Okay, so looks like that's going to be coming into your life, but starting with your ancestors and your dearly departeds, so you're not overwhelmed. So make sure you're utilizing Otala as a rune that helps you to connect primarily with your ancestors and your dearly departeds. Okay, that's the message that Otala has for you, Ashley. Hopefully this video saves so she could watch all that. Excuse me, I just got hit with mad tiredness. Like physically, but like mentally I'm not tired. It's like my body is disconnected from my head, which is somewhat true. I'm literally like the Walking Dead, according to one of my spirit guides. You know, my spirits protect me. I'm very blessed. My spirits protect me. I would not be alive if it weren't for them. That's how much I believe in this stuff. Because literally my neck is like 40 degrees rotated, though like it's basically like I'm like almost decapitated. You can see the line right here from where my atlas, from where my neck is basically like crushing itself, because up here it's out of alignment. But yeah, so like my head is, my brain is working great. The rest of my body is like all over the place. It's a hot mess. So my body will feel like tired and I'll yawn because my vagus nerve is pinched. But my brain is fine. Like my gifts are on. I'm fine up top. So I'm going to keep going. Let's see. The next person I want to do a pull for is Mr. J. Del Rey. Mr. Jesse with the nails. With the nail emoji. That's how I first started paying attention to Jesse, was because he'd always put on my spouse's channel in the comments the nail, the nails emoji, like girl, with the nails. That's how I started paying attention to him. I'm gonna do Jesse's card, Jesse's rune. That's right, yes, girl. More like yes, bitch. All right, let's find out the rune for Jesse J. Del Rey. So what is the rune for Jesse? I just got like weird chills. Not chill. I'm gonna say chills. I guess chills on my left side, not on my right. On my left side. So let's see. I want to see what that means in combination with whatever rune comes out for you. When I said your full, the name under your display. Let's see. I'm not feeling like your rune is here yet. Made a decision yet. Give me a second. They tell me I actually need to clear. Give me a second to get your rune. Hold on. I gotta get my, where's my little belly bell. I don't want to use that bell. Where's my little belly bell? Come on up. Where are you? I gotta clean up my desk. Oh my God, the amount of tarot decks and books I have bought. My debit card should be locked away in a underground safe that I have no idea where it is. Whew. All right, gotta clear so I can get it. I got my little baby bowl. Oh. Much better. Okay, let's see. J. Del Rey. Jesse, what is the message for Jesse? What is the rune soul for Jesse? Okay, there we go. Hagilas. This can make sense as to why I felt chills. Okay, on my left side. Hagilas. Hagilas. Not Haagen-Dazs, Hagilas. Okay, similar but not the same. Okay, I miss Haagen-Dazs. I'm allergic to dairy and egg, and I miss Haagen-Dazs. Hail and disturbances. Rune of the air, of the forces of chaos and the elements. Promise of renewal, victory, and cosmic harmony. So, I don't know when the last time you did a deep cleanse was, but you need a deep cleanse. You need hex breaking. Okay, you need hex breaking. They're saying you hex yourself, okay, but you also have influences of people. Not necessarily negative spirits, but people that are in or around your life or know of you, okay, that don't wish for your highest good, okay? So there's a negative energy that you need to clear, cleanse off you. Take some spiritual baths, okay? Take some spiritual baths, light you a return to sender. Go see your girl at her altar, okay, and do like a reversal back to sender. That's what she's saying. Because somebody is trying to disturb your peace. Somebody's trying, like a negative, that's why I got chills on the left side, like a negative energy has been sent your way. I don't know if that's evil eye or if it's actually somebody doing something negative upon you, but you need to take some baths and light you a reversal, return to sender. And she'll take care of it. Victory, but you gotta do more. You gotta do your rituals more often. And your baths more often. And she's saying protect your head. Protect your head more. She needs you to wear a veil. Needs you to wear a veil. You know how she has different colors that you utilize with her for different things. Well, your veils need to be changed out, your color. I don't know what color you're wearing if you are veiling, but you need to. She's showing me black or white, or if you're not too fiery, red for your protection. Your colors, white, black, and or red. If you're too easily if you're too easily angered or frustrated, red's not the color for you. Okay. Yeah, she's saying you may need to change your veil to white or black. Because red, although it is protective, it can also be, it can be too much for people that are easily, it can be too hot. It can be too hot. It's too much of a fire energy sometimes for some people. So may want to try white or black. If you're more empathic, you can utilize the black. Okay, but if you are easily like triggered or easily ticked off, she's saying not the red on the head, but the white or the black. The white will encompass all the colors. She makes me feel like right now possibly more white. She keeps showing me more of the bright white. Okay. As if you have ants. Yeah. So white will encompass all the colors. If you're feeling like you're feeling too many people's energy, and she's saying you can wear the black one, but the red one, she said she wouldn't necessarily wear that right now. Okay. You can utilize it at the altar for her veils, for different work with her. Okay. But on your head, white or black right now. And then do your candle and do your baths first before you change your color. Do your baths and wash your head and do your baths, and then veil your head with the new color. And then I'm looking at her. I'm just seeing what she's saying. She says the white on your head, and then come to my altar, and you can use the red for protection at the altar, and you can use the reversal. Do a reversal back to sender. If whoever's coming to mind to you, reverse it back to them. Follow your gut, okay? Good. All right. Bueno. All right, that's your message. Okay. Shit, I don't even remember. Like, my memory is, like, so bad. Like, once I get the channeled message and the clairvoyant message, like, I actually forgot what the hell I'm sorry, I forgot what rune she even gave you. Because I just went with the message right away. Let me find out. Hagalas, that's what you got. So utilize Hagalas. You can utilize Hagalas for victory and cosmic harmony. Okay. Use this for victory and cosmic harmony. You can also, I would not use this on the return to sender. You can light a white candle separate for yourself, and you can carve this. It's a H, so it's actually, you want to look this up on Google because you're seeing the reverse of what this actually looks like on camera. Okay, so it's like an H with a downward slant line in the middle. So it's not upward, which you're probably seeing it look like more upward, but it's the opposite way. So look it up. So you draw it or carve it the right way. Just carve it on a white candle for yourself. Okay? And so that you're successful and victorious and have harmony with this. Can have either victory and or harmony with this other person. Or just keep them out of your life. Just victorious over them. And have them leave you alone. Use that on a separate white candle, she said. You can do it at the same time, but a separate candle, a separate plate. Don't put them on the same plate. Okay? Okay. If you weren't told to light a candle, I wouldn't light a candle with the rune. I would not light a candle with the rune. Candle magic, the runes work differently in magic than they will do for meditations or for whatever. The way in which they're being brought up for this person is going to be different the way in which they're brought up for other people. Okay? This person is knowledgeable about, you're welcome, about candle magic and performs that, okay, I wouldn't, and it came up for them to do that, the message came up for them to do that. If it hasn't been given to you, I wouldn't use it that way. I would use it the way that they told me to have you use it. Okay. All right, next. Let's see. So I'm going to give Always Tripping KT because she is a supporter for a minute, man. I always see her. All right, Always Tripping KT, are you here still? Tripping? Am I tripping or are you still here? Okay. Always Tripping KT. KT, why are you always tripping? I've always wondered that, and I've never asked you why you always tripping. Are your shoelace untied? Your shoelace is untied? I've always wondered that. Okay. Ah, that type of tripping. I see. I don't look at people's pages and click on them or anything like that. Okay, you got Pertho. Let's see what Pertho means for you. Fate, discovery. Rune of the home of initiation to hidden secrets. It evokes celebration, games, laughter, and domestic happiness. Pertho. Fate and chance. So, I'm trying to see. I'm just going to take a second to see in my mind's eye how she's showing me this relates. Maybe that is why. Maybe you are meant to. Rune of the home of initiation to hidden secrets of acceleration of kings. I think that she had me see you walking around your kitchen. Walking around your kitchen in the home. Walking around your kitchen. Do you have a dog? I don't know if you have a dog, but I feel like a dog is coming into your life if you don't already have one. Because I saw what looked like a dog following you around, wagging its tail. Or maybe this is a dog associated with a spirit guide of yours that you don't know, or you do know, but you aren't maybe honoring or communicating with. And they're in the kitchen, a dog and you. Fate for you yesterday, you have a cat. No, I see a dog spirit then. A dog spirit either coming to you or a dog spirit that is associated to a goddess. I'm wondering if this is Hecate. The vibe I'm getting is more of a Hecate energy that walks with you as well. I see a little dog. Not the typical dog that Hecate is depicted with, because I have so maybe it is her. Was she a small dog? Because I see a small dog, a little, like, almost like not a poodle, but like one of those little, I never know the names of all these little dogs. Not a schnauzery dog. I don't know the names of these little dogs. It's similar to a poodle, or looks like a poodle, this dog, but I don't think it's a poodle. I could be wrong unless it's like a short curly-haired poodle, but it's like one of them little short curly-haired dogs that I'm seeing around you. I'm not sure. But, and it's like tannish. tannishy, brownishy tan, like I don't know the color I would exactly describe it as, tannishy, light brown tan. Not yours. Your friend has a little white fluffy dog. I think that there's either a dog spirit coming, but there's a dog spirit following you that wants to either be with you physically or maybe associated to, I'm feeling Hecate's energy. So I feel like this may have to do with Hecate, but it could also be a dog spirit that wants to be with you or will be coming to you. It's like a small tannish brown. I don't know how to. Trying to find something almost like a light bronzy-ish color. I don't know what an Australian Shepherd looks like. She's pretty small. She's bigger than my Shih Tzu a little bit that I used to have. I don't know if she's a Shih Tzu, but she feels like a female. Okay, she's like a female dog. And she's following you. She's following you in the kitchen. She's like doing a little circle around your feet and like at the floor in front of your feet. And you're like in the kitchen, like eating. I don't know if it's like some sort of, I don't know if it's like one of those cups of, like, I don't know if it's yogurt or like pudding or some sort of fruit cup or something like that you're eating out of, like this little cup that you got out of the fridge. And you have the spoon and she thinks it's like treats for her and she's asking you to drop it and share some treats with her. So I don't know, I feel like this might be a dog, like a dog spirit that is either coming to you or is associated with Hecate, because I'm seeing Hecate. I feel Hecate's energy around you. And she has dog spirits that sit with her, that stand with her. Usually they're larger dogs, but any dog can be not a representation, but a messenger of Hecate. Corgi could be. I don't know dog, like I don't know all the little dogs that well. I used to have big dogs until my mom decided to get Shih Tzus, and then those were the only little dogs I ever had. I always had pit bulls and not golden retrievers, but Chesapeake Bay Retriever, pit bulls. Hecate, yeah, she walks with you, and she's sending her dog messenger. So it's very likely that you'll end up with a dog spirit soon. It's fate, discovery, talking about you discovering more about your spiritual self, like your spiritual path. Rune of the home, which is why I'm seeing you in the kitchen. Initiation to hidden secrets. So it's and I'm feeling like the Hecate energy. So she has a lot to do with your happiness and your luck and your spiritual path overall. Like she holds the keys. So Hecate is associated with keys. She holds the keys to your luck and your prosperity and your relationships being successful and healthy. Hecate holds your keys. So Pertho is the rune that's telling you that. As soon as I pulled this for you, I got like sent into a kitchen that's not mine and now nobody's I've ever seen. And I saw a dog, which I don't know what that dog is. Okay. So she holds your keys. So I'm even feeling like you're going to be dedicated or devoted to her at some point. Okay. So Pertho is your rune. If you want to receive more meditation, guidance, connection with her, with Hecate, I would draw this and sleep on it, because it symbolizes your fate and discovering things. It also symbolizes, like I said, initiation up to hidden secrets. So you have to, if you want to go down that path, this rune is willing to help you to connect with her and to learn more about that deity, because this rune is a key for you. This rune that I'm showing is a key for you to unlocking more of that path with her, more of what she wants to, more of what she has in store for you if you do decide to honor her or devote to her. Yeah. So there you go. So look up Pertho. It says Perthu here, but sometimes for a majority it's got a O at the end. It says you here, but a lot of the times you'll find it with an O at the end. So look that up so you draw it right. And sleep with it beneath your pillow so that she can show you in the dream realm, okay? She can bring you messages in the dream realm. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Ashley, if you're on here, I gave you a message. You're gonna have to watch the replay. I don't know if you're on and listening right now, but I was trying to give you the message. Gave you a pretty long one back there, so when this posts, hopefully this posts and you can watch the replay. Who did I get? So let's do Rebecca. I think that's Rebecca Whalen. I'm gonna pull a card for you. You're welcome. Hit the wrong button. All right. All right, let's see. Rebecca Whalen. Let's see what rooms. Let me clear again because I didn't clear in between the last ones and I was supposed to. My bad. They're still all valid. They're all right. It's just I accumulate energy easily, so I gotta clear. Holy shit, that feels so much better. Because I'm an empath. I didn't know that. Like my whole life, I didn't know that. Like that explains a lot. That explains the suffocating feeling, the anxiety, the social anxiety I had my whole life. Let's see, Rebecca. I fucks with this. Let me save this because I might lose it and never find it again. Oh, I have to sign in. Viking sleep music. Norse drums. It's called Perpetual Knowledge. Let me find this because I'm not signed in. I like this. It's hard for me to find good ones that don't have ads. Or at least don't have ads in the first hour. Alright. I have a lot of surprises coming down the line. Things that I haven't talked about because I don't want to talk about them. Because if you talk about them too much or you let people know stuff, spirits, people's negative spirits, any haters, spirits can get in the way, try to sabotage your plans. So my spirit guides taught me to kind of shut my mouth till I'm ready to share something and it's done already. So I have stuff in the pipeline that I know y'all are gonna like. That includes stuff, other talents, and skill sets I have that I'm gonna incorporate into my Forces of Freyja channel, and possibly even my other channel, Sandra Spiritus channel. So these things will take time. I'm not gonna rush them, but when they're ready, it's gonna be litty lit. All right, Rebecca. Stuff that other people are not doing for these spirits and these deities. So it's gonna be very unique. So Rebecca. What rune? Come on now. What rune do we have for Rebecca? Let's see. All right, Rebecca. you have the Merkstav of Otala. Merkstav indicating the reversal of Otala, Otala in reverse. This is indicating that you have either a disconnect from the ancestral, one or both of your ancestral lineages, and a need for reconnection, strengthening with your benevolent ancestors. Showing me that your material goods, your resources, your personal, particularly like your home and your prosperity, the success of those in particular have a lot to do with you either honoring or not honoring your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors, and also helping them to elevate, because when you elevate them, that elevates you, because you are a spirit too. So when you elevate your ancestral spirits, you elevate yourself while you're still living and you're alive, instead of having to wait until you die for somebody else to elevate you. You can elevate while you are alive by honoring your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors. So this is indicating to me that you don't yet you either haven't started or you haven't done enough yet, haven't been consistent enough, or haven't gotten educated or trained enough yet, which is why if you haven't yet, I would suggest taking my spouse's ancestral veneration webinar. Okay, it's available for replay on High Priestess May's website, highpriestessmay.com, because it was indicating that when you honor your ancestors, your luck, your success in stability, whether that is it's going a lot. Yeah. So there you go. I just go with the flow. I don't know you, right? I don't know you. I don't know like anybody except maybe Sylvia. Personally, a few people on here that I haven't read yet, that I do know personally, but a lot of you I don't know personally, I haven't read privately with. Okay, but this is obviously very accurate. This is Otala basically needs you to turn it right side up. So your actions need to be focused on rebuilding that connection, strengthening that connection with the ancestors. So I'd highly suggest taking that back up as soon as possible. Your luck and your prosperity, your stability, your roof over your head, your ability to always be provided for, literally your goods, your material goods and resources depend on this connection being strengthened and your ancestors being honored. And generational curses, there are generational curses that you have to break. That's part of your lesson, that's part of your mission, part of the agreement, contract that you have in this life is to be the one that breaks generational curses, to help liberate not just yourself and your descendants, but also to liberate and elevate your ancestors that do wish for your highest good. Okay, so you will utilize the Otala to help you do that. Okay, for you, I am seeing a white candle that you carve this upon. Carve this upon for your ancestors to rebuild that ancestor connection. Okay, so when you go back to building that altar again, if you don't know how to do it or how do it fully, you can always take the ancestor veneration course with High Priestess May. But if you have taken that course already, then she's saying this is indicating you can, when you go to relight that altar, you can light a white candle with this rune carved on it for the ancestral connection, to honor your ancestors and to re-strengthen that altar and that connection with them, okay? So that's your rune. It's your message from Otala. You can also utilize it under your pillow on a piece of paper, a white piece of paper. You can draw it to if you'd like to receive messages. Of course, make sure you have done cleansing and that you are aware of how to protect yourself and your space before you, of course, do any work with runes. Because runes are, like I said, living entities of their own, and when you utilize them, they're opening a portal to the spiritual realm. So you need to make sure you have the proper spiritual hygiene and protection in place to go and have a portal opened. Okay, and you have to know how to close the door in the portal as well in your third eye. So you need to envision, you can envision opening a door. For all of you, if you have been told that you're supposed to put the rune under your pillow, make sure that in your mind's eye, you can open a door and say, I give permission for my benevolent ancestors and benevolent spirit guides only to communicate with me in the dream realm. This is key. Okay? You want to say that. A lot of people don't know this and don't do this, and then they wonder why they get lost in the astral realm and have a lot of negative experiences, get negative attachments. Ashley, there you are. I gave you a 10-minute long message about a few things on this live a little while ago. I didn't see you. I saw you on, but I didn't see your response. So I gave the message. So when the replay's posted, go watch it. It's a half an hour ago now, I think, that I did it. So anyway, who is it for? Rebecca. So, and for everybody that I gave a rune to, that you were told to put under your pillow, make sure that when you open the door in your third eye to allow, before you go to sleep, when you put the rune under your pillow, make sure it's facing up, the part where it's written is facing up, not upside down, facing up, and that you dozed off a little bit. The rune needs to face up, and you need to envision a door opening and say what I just said. I give permission for my benevolent spirit guides and ancestors to communicate with me in the astral and dream realm. Okay? Katie, I don't remember. You probably can. I just don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, the dog. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Whatever that rune was, yes, you can. I don't remember all of it again. It goes in, I get the message, and it's gone. Otherwise, I'd be stressing, and yeah. So, and then when you are done, when you wake up, make sure that you close the door on your third eye. If you don't want to be bothered, or if you don't want to be bothered, you envision the door closing. Okay? If you get overwhelmed by the amount of information you receive, you can envision the door closing. If you're done meditating on it, envision the door closing so that the portal is not left open. So you're not just connecting all day and being bombarded and distracted all day. Okay. Sorry. Ooh. Yeah, Pertho. Yeah, you can sleep on that. Pretty much all the runes, unless it's a Merkstav or Jesse's, I wouldn't necessarily sleep on. The one for Jesse, I would have him do what I told him to do already. Wouldn't necessarily sleep on that rune. Certain runes, you can. There's certain runes I wouldn't, depending on the way in which the rune is giving me a message. Depends on the way in which it's going to be needed to be utilized. So, because certain words of what it means will stand out for some people and apply to some people, and then it may not be the same for the next person. Even if I pulled that rune for them, the way in which that rune applies for them is going to be different. Sylvia, I don't remember what rune you had. What rune did you have? Yeah, the Awaz is fine to sleep in. Make sure they're facing upwards. Make sure that you have a dream journal nearby, because when you utilize runic magic and you open that portal, a lot of experiences can happen. And sometimes people don't remember, or they get fragments. Yeah, Ingwas. Yeah, the Ingwas. Yes, Sylvia, you can sleep on Ingwas, yes. The way I drew it with the X and the diamond and then the X. Well, the way it showed up on the card. Okay. So yeah, just everybody remember that when you're utilizing them to sleep upon them, that they're facing upright, and that when you open the portal, you also close it. Just like when I open a session with you guys, I open the portal beforehand with my spirit guides to bring the messages through and to protect the space so that I'm clear as possible with giving the messages. And then I have to clear in between, right? Okay, and then at the end, after I get off, I have to close the portal and dismiss my spirit guides that I'm doing the reading with, okay? Otherwise, I'll leave a portal open in my room. And that's a no-no. Try to not leave the portal open. And unattended. I would utilize it on I would utilize it on white paper, just for beginners. Utilize it on white paper because white is the highest vibration. The color of the marker doesn't necessarily matter so much. There's ways in which it can have more meaning if you want to get really technical, but it's fine to write it in black. It's fine to write it in black if you're just going to meditate on it. You could write it in purple if you wanted to, particularly for more third eye experiences and astral realm experiences. It's better to draw it. It's more powerful because you're putting your kinetic energy in it. You can print it out, but it's more powerful with your kinetic energy because runes are living entities. So when you draw in, you're a living entity, and kinetic energy is very powerful. So when you draw it, you are activating it. Okay? You are activating it, and you are, in a sense, creating a direct connection to the rune from your hands directly to the energy of the rune. Okay? It's important not to work with too many runes at the same time. That's why I'm telling you, because you can get very overwhelmed, and you have to know what ones work with each other and what ones are ones that you don't want, because they can overpower you. They are more powerful than the gods themselves. So that's why I'm telling you, do not abuse the runes. Do not work with more runes than what you were gifted by myself or somebody else. And when a rune is done, when you have to feel when a rune is done, or you may feel like it's no longer present with you, it may be because it's done. It's work already. And it's no longer needed. But if you add more runes than you were supposed to anything, it's more than likely going to work against you, because runes have to, runic formulas. That's why runic formulas, or bind runes, I'm not going to teach you or share bind runes on here, because those are very powerful, very literally binding. Okay? We don't want to... those I work with privately for people, but they're not something I'm going to ever give out on here, just because they can have a very long-lasting and drastic effect. So don't mess with runes. If you're not given a rune and told, or you're not a practitioner of the runes, don't go combining runes, because they may work against you. Just because they look like they may mean, just because the definition of a rune may mean or be traditionally known as something, doesn't mean that that's what it is for you. Doesn't mean that that rune is going to bring that thing or represent that for you, because runes, just like gods, they can help with a vessel, can channel the message from the runes. So when I do it, it's different for each person. They literally show me, just like when I'm talking with the Loa, or talking with the gods. They show me, because I'm clairvoyant and I'm also a channeler. I'm also claircognizant and clairsentient, but primarily I see. And then I can also channel, but primarily I see. So they show me and they unfold the vision of how that rune is supposed to be utilized by you versus how it may be utilized and working for somebody else. Understand? And if you don't utilize it that way, it can work against you, because they are living entities. Runes have their own rules. Just like a friend may have their own boundaries and not want you to bring up, not want you to do certain things that friend doesn't like. The rune may not be trying to help you in that thing that you want, but it's going to help you in that thing that it knows you need most. So if you keep trying to control the rune and get it to help you in this other thing, it's likely going to backfire on you. Or if you try to combine them because you think that just because you see that they represent certain things and you think, oh, if I put this together with this, oh, then it's going to multiply this. Don't do that. That's not how runes work. People do that and then they mess their own luck up, or their health up, or their relationships up, okay, or their livelihood up in general. Because runes are living entities. They have a consciousness of their own. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do one more, but I just dropped some, so just dropped a whole bunch. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do Mr. Been There, Done That. Let me pick all these up. So I dropped like a whole ton of them. I dropped like half of them on the floor a minute ago. Ow, ow, ow. Let's see. All right, where did I put the last set of cards? Oh, there they are. No, where are you? My room. There we go. Can we print it out? Or it has to be drawn. Okay. My robe keeps moving over. Okay. Mr. Been There, Done That. Let's see. What rune? Clear real quick. Mr. Been There, Done That. And if you guys didn't watch the Soul Quinfecta reading that I posted, the rune casting that I posted on the YouTube channel, make sure you go watch that. Very powerful day tomorrow for new beginnings, starting new ventures, finalizing some sort of deal, submitting applications tomorrow. All right, Mr. Been There, Done That. Male fertility, gestation, internal growth, common virtues, common sense, simple strengths, family, love, caring, human warmth, the home. What's standing out for you within this version of Ingwas, this depiction of Ingwas, is the home, family love, and internal growth. The home, family love, internal growth. So this is Ingwas. And I'm seeing protecting your family and the home is needed. There's a challenge coming that's going to cause you to have to grow spiritually. Planting a seed. I told you this, didn't I? You got this before. I think I told you this, Mr. Been There, Done That, about gardening. Protecting the home, family, but internal growth. And this also represents, Ingwas also represents seeds and plenty. I see that you are going to have that garden. Some sort of project with that garden I told you about. I told you about the garden. Planting. Learning, internal growth. Learning a new skill set is important. Learning a new skill set regarding planting, gardening, harvesting, homesteading. To provide for your family. Provide for your family, and it's also a way to show love to a community. It's a way to show love for your family and the community is to feed people and to also teach people how to feed themselves, how to be self-sufficient. Ingwas is saying that. That is part of your mission. That's part of what opens your paths more to good luck, good fortune, and health, and peace and joy is you doing that. Okay? So it's coming up as confirmation because Ingwas traditionally represents seeds and plenty. So it's interesting that you purchased plenty of seeds recently. I don't know how, the runes are going to resonate. And then I just see, as soon as I read that and I just go into the vision. It's interesting. The runes know things. So Ingwas, I wouldn't necessarily sleep on Ingwas in your case. I would maybe carry Ingwas, draw that, look it up and draw it, and maybe I'm trying to see where they say you should utilize it. Ingwas, where should you utilize it? So if you are starting new ventures, you can utilize it in the place of that you do your work or your business, like if you sit at a desk, or if you want to, you can carry it like in your wallet so that you always have plenty. Draw it and carry it in your wallet so you always have plenty. Keep it near or upon your desk, visually in your line of sight. Okay? When you are doing anything related to business and finances, decisions or applications for anything regarding money, banking, investing, etc. You can also, if you do garden, once you do the gardening, you can utilize Ingwas by literally either drawing it or utilizing sticks. Utilizing for Mr. Been There, Done That. This is how he's supposed to utilize. These are the way that they're showing me utilizing it. Grab sticks. Grab sticks that you're called to that will help you draw the rune in sticks. Show me you crossing the sticks this way, and then, the diamond of sticks below, and then crossing the sticks again. You can leave that, or you can actually bury that formation of sticks in the garden, in the center, or at the center and the corners of your garden, so that your garden is always plentiful. It is always protected, bountiful. Okay? Okay. You could also do that around your home, the four corners of your home, if you would like to. Whether you want to do that with sticks or if you just like to draw it and place it in the four corners of your home. That's how it's showing me that you can utilize it. Okay? Okay. I think I got everybody that was meant to be gotten today. So, this has been fun. I don't know when I'm going to do this again, but this has been fun. And one last one for everyone. One last one for everyone. Yeah? Everyone that's still here. One last one for everyone, please. If you'd like to make a donation to my spirit guide soul, you can do so, in exchange. If you feel guided to, you can do so at paypal.me/SantaSpiritist, and I will make a offering on your behalf to her. She loves flowers. A lot of my spirits are asking for flowers, so what is the rune for everybody? Okay, Ingwas is giving permission for the same thing that Mr. Been There, Done That was told. You can utilize Ingwas to help protect your home. Okay. Ingwas to help protect your home. To utilize in your wallet so you always have plenty. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to be a prosperity spell that's going to make you very wealthy. That's not what Ingwas is going to do. But it is going to help protect your seeds and make sure that you always have what you need. Okay? So you can utilize that around the home, in the four corners of your home. You can utilize that in your wallet. Okay? I wouldn't necessarily sleep on Ingwas. Okay? But you can utilize it those two ways. So that is all for tonight, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been a pleasure. And I thank Soul and the runes. I thank Soul and the runes for their gifts to us all tonight. Let me know your experiences with them. You can always DM me that. I just ask that you don't DM me random questions about your personal life or trauma dump on me, because I definitely won't pay attention to that and probably will block you. If you'd like to book a personal or purchase a personal reading, I do card and rune readings by private YouTube video. I record it the way that I'm recording them, the way that I record the collective ones on my YouTube channel is the way I'm doing the private ones that are purchased. So there's 6 different ones that I offer. I offer the Wayfinder reading, which you can read about on my website. It's at the Santa Spiritist page at the link in the bio. I'm going to put it on here in a moment at the link on this page's bio. But it's through my PayPal. It's PayPal listing, so you're going to have to give me a minute to put the link to my link tree up so that you're able to see that. But you can, if you go to the Santa Spiritist page, they're all there at the link in that bio. But I have the Wayfinder reading, I have the Message from Your Ancestors reading, I have the What Are Your Gifts reading, I have the Career reading, I have the Love reading, and I have the Who Are Your Norse Gods or Goddesses reading. Okay, so you can get those, and they are going to be the link to them to the private YouTube file, the private YouTube video will be hidden. Basically, it'll be a hidden video, private video that only you or I have access to finding on my YouTube channel. So you can watch it at your leisure, and you can watch it over and over again. Okay, but those are going to be done within 3 to 5 business days. Okay, of purchase, so that I have time to just get in the right energy and meditate before I get started. Okay, and then I will email you within 3 to 5 business days your private private link to that video for you to watch, okay? And you can purchase those at any time at the link in the Sam the Spiritist bio, and I'm going to put it here in a minute as well so that you see it on this page, okay? It's been a pleasure, and again, if you'd like to make a donation to my spirits, I do give offerings now. I'm building a community altar for my loa, but I'm also going to be giving offerings to the gods and goddesses out in nature on your behalf, okay? Because that's where they tend to like to receive things more, out in nature, okay? So, many blessings to you all. I hope you enjoyed this, and drop a comment on the video after it replays on reposts on the wall, so of what resonated for you and how this video helped you, and then come back to this video and give your experiences with utilizing these runes, the way that the runes offered for you to utilize them. Let me know how it goes, any experiences you have with the runes, anything else going forward. Come back to this video and put it on there so other people can see. That's all I ask. Many blessings. Have a good night.